Okay, upgrade number 2 is one of those things that we all have fallen in love with in the last couple of years, is this beautiful green hydrangea. Hydrangea has become sort of like the standard flower now for parties and events, weddings included as well. It covers a lot of space. It doesn't need to be a number of different stems and stuff. It just makes a lot of impact for a little amount of money. So they're very easy to use and very inexpensive in the scheme of things compared to some other flowers. So what we've done in this particular case, we have 3 stems of beautiful green hydrangea that have been inserted in the vase container, basically, which has floral foam filled, and then the hydrangea was inserted, and then we had small pieces of variegated eucalyptus as created a collar. So you can see this is beautiful centerpiece just by itself. But we have some of those clients and some people that would like to upgrade it a little bit. And one of the biggest things that's on the market now that makes it very interesting, most of us have seen as our everyday walks of life with business, especially in the floral industry, the arrival of succulents. We're fortunate here in Southern California that succulents grow so very easy for us. They're plentiful. They also are very economical in a lot of cases because they can be repurposed and reused. For example, wedding work, or I should say event work, if you do a lot of rentals and stuff on product and arrangements for weddings, and they come back to your retail business or your event business, these can be repurposed, planted back again, and they'll continue to live. So we were using this small 2-inch pot here for these to be able to use this. And what we're going to do, we're taking it out of the dirt. As you can see, we're removing it from the soil, and have just going to actually use the bloom itself. Now the bloom itself is, to make this work in this style of design, instead of using the potting soil and stuff, we're going to use a little job of securing a wooden pick in it. There's a lot of different variations and stuff that you can do, but I love to be able to use a small wooden pick. In this case, we're going to use a blonde 4-inch wooden pick. You could use any color, the green, you could use a 3-inch pick, depending on the foam and how long the insertion needs to be. And we're just going to take my knife and I'm just going to make a small little cut underneath where the root system was attached in the soil. We just make a little insertion just to help the insertion of the wood pick. So before we do that, we also have to add a little bit of cold glue. This happens to be cold glue that's brought from the Simmons Oasis company. There's a lot of different variations of cold glue on the market, but we're just a little drop of cold glue. And what the cold glue does, it helps secure the wooden pick into the actual succulent. You just add a little pressure, insert the pointed end of the pick into the succulent, and press down until you feel like it's locked. Now, you can either wait and let this cool and let it dry completely before you insert. But in this case, because of where I'm going to use this, we're just going to place this wonderful little succulent right down in the middle of this design. And it creates sort of like a little jewel right in the middle of this floral design. It doesn't need to be a whole lot. It can just be something, just a little touch that somebody wants to be able to use succulents. Now, to be able to add a little more to it, if you want to increase the cost and the value a little bit more than just this one succulent, we're just going to add a few other items. Another thing that's become very much of a very large wave for event business as well as wedding business are the beautiful green cymbidiums. They're amazing. They are showing up in all different types of designs, from event work to everyday work to wedding work. When I say wedding work, I'm talking about bridal bouquets, attendance bouquets. Texture is very big in the industry right now for wedding work, incorporating things like succulents and green cymbidiums and tillandsias and all these other types of organic materials and stuff that are being used in a lot of wedding work. So we're going to insert these into some water tubes. We have a few water tubes that we have available to us, and we're just going to cut these stems from the actual stem itself, and we put the cap on them, and we're just going to insert these into the water tube and then place these inside. Reason being, we all see that most of these cymbidiums always have, off the stem, have a very small stem themselves from the flower to the main stem. So we're just extending the life and giving them a little bit of water with some extra touch of water in the tube. Now, some of the tubes and stuff may be a little tight to do the insertions, so we're here to open the tube a little bit on the top and insert the stem into it to make sure it goes down. Now, you can either flex the petals and stuff to make it a little more pronounced and then place them down in the container where you know where they're going to be. Same on this case, just a few more. Recut the stem a little bit, insert into this, and place them in the design. And we can continue. We have a little small, this container, which is a very good water vial filler, especially for water tubes, water vials. It's also very good to be able to have this because it adds a little bit of water to votive candles. If you do a lot of event work that you sell or rent votive candles, we all know how hard wax can get to come out of votives. So the best thing to do sometimes, if you'd like and you have the ability to do it and you're going to return and pick up your props and stuff afterwards, like a votive, you add a little bit of water with these because of the nozzle that's attached to these. And we're doing the same thing. We're just going to drop this in and we're going to insert it down into the base of this. One more. Just a little bit of water to keep the flowers alive. This thing is not working. And then place this. And there you have it. One more upgrade. Green hydrangea, great idea, wonderful texture, and a very good seller. I can guarantee this is going to walk out of your shop at many, many times for any kind of holiday or any kind of occasion, especially special events.